Hey everybody, this is OMG Josh FTW bringing you my first Halo Reach beta tips video. Now we're going to be playing a game of Stockpile on Powerhouse here, and if you can't tell by the first few seconds what we're going to be discussing, it is the Beatdown. Now, the Beatdown is kind of interesting to me, because the way I've always thought of the Beatdown is pretty simple if you think about it. More beatdowns betters your odds of getting a kill. Now if you think about it, your beatdowns are kind of like darts, and your enemy is like a dartboard, and if you're only trying to get 2 darts on the dartboard, why not just throw a shitload of darts really fast? Now if you're asking why I'm not taking this flag to the stockpile, it's pretty simple. The flag is a 1 beatdown kill. Now the flag is an extremely underrated weapon. It's a 1 beatdown kill, meaning that it takes half the beatdowns for you to kill an enemy as it does for your enemy to kill you. Now normally when people grab the flag, they try to do that faggoty ass team objective kind of shit, where they go to capture the flag, or they try to get points for their team. And this brings me to my next point. What I'm going to try here is called a surprise beatdown. Now what a surprise beatdown is when you're crouching, your enemy can't see you on the radar, and what you're doing is enticing your enemy over in that direction. I got killed by a camper right there, so it didn't work, but I guess you get the point. Now the Scout loadout has an interesting ability that can be combined with the beatdown to make it even more useful: the sprint. Using a sprint to disorient enemies will put them in a what I call what the fuck situation. He just saw me running straight at him even though he had rockets in his hand, and after I killed him, all he could say was, "What the fuck?" Now I like blasting my enemies to hell as much as the next guy, but what most players don't realize is that power weapons like the rockets have 2 functions. They can be shot, and they can be swung. What's a guy gonna think when you shoot both your rockets off at him? He's gonna think, this guy's vulnerable, I'm gonna attack. Well, little does he know, you can swing that fucking rocket and beat the shit out of him with it. Now we're going to discuss the mind game section of Halo. Intimidation is key in overpowering an enemy. Right there, I outskilled my opponent, and I finished it off with a nice corpse hump, completely lowering his morale and the morale of his team members. And as I move on, strike fast and move faster. That's my next tip. Striking fast and moving faster basically means that you need to beat down fast, and you need to get the hell out of there. Once your opponents realize that you know how to double beat down, they're going to call you out to their teammates and attract a lot of attention that you don't want. Now what I'm doing right here may seem like a lot of running around and just pointless sprinting, but what it really is being a bitch. Right there, I saw that I was about to die, so I was a bitch and I ran away. There's nothing wrong with being a bitch. I'm still alive, aren't I? Now I see an enemy coming up the stairs here, and he's got the flag. So we're about to 1v1, and he does the stupidest mistake that somebody with a flag can do. He drops it. He dropped the most powerful weapon on this map. And now I'm about to use it to take out his other teammates by using my teammates as a distraction. Right now I'm still concentrating, even though I'm moving around, on my yellow dots on my radar. And every time I see my teammates shifting, I shift in a way that orients with the way my enemies are and they are, to try to get in the middle of them in a way from where they're fighting. And in the end, it pays off. That's called strategy. Now right here, I'm pretty much concentrating on the area where I know the enemy is going to have most of their attention, their stockpile. I pick up a sweet double kill right here, but unfortunately get killed by a damn spawn camper. Goddamn spawn campers. But in a way, I can't really blame them, because all they're doing is being opportunistic. Right here, I'm taking a great opportunity that was presented to me to get a free assassination. And now that I know that there's somebody not playing, I go towards where I think they're going to spawn and see him not playing. But little did I know, he was a little faker, and he actually wound up coming back to his controller in the last second. And him and his gay little spawn camping teammate took me out. This makes me angry, and brings me to my next point. If you get angry, why not be a pain in the ass? Right there, I just threw our own flag out of the stockpile, losing a point for my team, and potentially losing the game in the end. But I don't care, because if you're a pain in the ass, all it does is make your teammates not want to be near you, and make it less likely for them to steal your kills. And that wraps up the game. Even though my teammates lost the game for me right there, I consider it a personal victory, because I cleaned up pretty well, got a lot of slaying done, and in the end, we lost, but I still got points. I like this new Call of Duty system in Halo because even though we lost, I still feel like I did something, even though I really didn't. In fact, I barely did anything for my team in reality, but in my mind I think that I did, because I just see a bunch of fucking points. Now we're going to check out my favorite part in a game of Halo, the end game stat card. The end game stat card to me is pretty much used to summarize everything that happened in a game and give me the heads up of who I can talk shit to in a game. If one of my enemies that went less positive than me says something to me about anything that I might have done that game, if it's betraying or not capturing a flag, all I have to say is, go positive, stupid noob. And there's nothing that they can say to come back to that. Well, I'm running a little low on time here, so that about wraps up this video. Please remember to rate, comment, subscribe, and leave any kind of helpful suggestions for any other videos that you might want to see. I'll check you later.